There we go. It's going to pull her down. Now, you technically could stand underneath there and test it by letting it pinch you in the door, but don't do that. That's not good. Because if it doesn't work, you're going to end up in the doctor's office or the hospital. So, there you go. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to HR Repair. This is Ray, and today we have a 2020 Chrysler Pacifica that has an inoperative rear lift gate. So, thought I'd bring you guys along and show you how I've diagnosed this thing, and we'll see if we can assist you in diagnosing your vehicle as well, because there's very little information on these lift gates out there. So, stay tuned. Contact! All right, so on this thing, what it does is if you try to open the lift gate with the remote, let's go ahead and turn our ignition on. We do have to have power. Turn it to the run position. We don't have to start it. And we're gonna go ahead and try to open the rear lift gate. And it acts the same whether you have the remote or if you try to use any of the other switches. Even if you try to open it with your latch back here, it does the exact same thing. It just opens and immediately closes again. So I'm going to show you what we did, what we're going to do, how we came to this conclusion, and give you the tools that you need to be able to diagnose your own lift gate problem. First thing you're going to want to do on these, since we have modules, we're going to want to do a code scan. And in the code scan, we've seen that we've got two codes: system out of calibration not calibrated, and lift gate control circuit 1 open. So that means that the module, power lift gate module, is sending a signal to the lift gate motor to open, and it is sensing an open in the circuit. Broken wire, bad motor, bad connection, anything that it's not pulling any amperage, so automatically the lift gate module thinks that that circuit is open. So we're going to need to check a few things. Now, the diag tree from Chrysler will tell you, let me get a wiring diagram here. I think I've got it in the back here. As you can see, I've got some stuff hooked up. We're not at that point yet. Okay, so the diag tree will tell you to check. It goes through all the wiring harness checks and all of that, which is going to be you unplug from the power lift gate module, which is at the base of the right D pillar, so over on the passenger side. Front pillar is A, B, C, D. It's going to be back there in the back by the lift gate. Down at the bottom, there's the module is going to be right there. So they want you to unplug C1, and they want you to check the wires and from C1 pin 5 over to pin 2 on the drive lift gate open. Check continuity, check for any continuity between that wire and the lift gate close, which is going to be number C1 number 1, and over here by the lift gate it's going to be pin number 9, which is tan orange. Well, it's easy enough to do that, but here's what I went ahead and done and bypassed all of that to tell me that that's good. I went ahead and checked to make sure that we are getting a signal up to this liftgate drive unit at the right rear of the vehicle to see if we're getting any kind of signal out to this drive unit. If we're getting a signal out here, we can see that we're going to have a bad liftgate drive unit. So First time I checked it, I did check it with a meter. That did not work because the meter is slow. It's a digital multimeter, and it takes a average, and it's slow to respond, which is typical of a multimeter. It's filtering out all of the spikes and all of that, and it takes a rolling average. So it showed about 3 to 4 volts. So I decided, let's check something else, and I pulled out the scope, and here's what we've got. As you can see here, when I activated the scope, I gave it a trigger point. So when it starts to create power up to it, I wanted it to start triggering a recording. Then once it drops, then it'll stop the recording. Here's what we've got. If we can spread this out, we're going to see that we are going to get a signal. It's pretty rapid, but you can see we're getting a full 12 volt signal. It's not seeing any response, so it closes the door and aborts the mission. I'm going to show you where I back probed so that you guys know where to back probe. I have back probed, and that one came out, probably because I've been playing around with it. Let's go ahead and, here, hang on. Okay, so on the motor side of it, and you know this is the motor side because right here's the motor, and this is the harness going into the motor. So this is going to be the back side on the back toward the motor here, and I have back probed the red wire and the black wire. Green is going to be my ground, red is going to be my positive. Now when that's opening, that's going to be a positive on the red wire, but when it closes, it reverses the polarity to take it down, take the to lower the lift gate, if I get it said correctly. I'm lacking a little bit in sleep, so words are a little hard for me today. Didn't get to bed until 4 o'clock this morning. So I've back probed it. Now we know that we're getting power and ground up to the motor here. The problem is going to have to be after this connection right here. Now these things will also have some problems up here and up here with sensors and things, but we have a problem with this motor. I'm going to show you, well, I already showed you, I guess, what it does, but I'll show you how that looks on the scan tool when we go to operate. So we're going to go ahead and start here. If I can. There we go. Alright, so when this thing spikes up, we're going to start recording. Alright, so let's try to open the lift gate. And I don't have something right here. Why did it do that? Oh, because I've got it stretched out. Oh, goodness. Here we go. Yep, there's our voltage. So we're getting a full signal up to that motor. That thing should be opening, and we can see that the ground does not travel up off of 0 much at all. I mean, there's a little bit of a spike, but it's not enough to worry about. So we need to get ourselves a new motor. So we'll get a new module or a liftgate motor ordered, and I'll bring you guys back when we get that delivery. All right, can you guys hear me? Yes, you can. All right. All right, we've got our parts in, and I forgot that I actually had started a video on this thing, so I went ahead and pulled the old one out. It's really not that hard. You just pop these clips up on both ends, and that thing will come right off. Now, before you do that, don't forget to put yourself a stand underneath there for safeties. You don't want a Chrysler Pacifica sized door imprint on your head. So we'll go ahead and get this thing hooked back up. We'll plug it back in, and let's hope we diagnose this thing correctly. All right, get our new one here, and I will put that, I'll put that new part number up top here, and then I'll also put it down below. Remember, order yours with your VIN number. That may not fit yours, so just be aware of that. Don't go off of what I've got here without verifying with your VIN number that that's going to work. So let's just go ahead and feed that thing in through here. We'll get this popped on up here. There we go. A little bit of adjustment there. That just pops in, and then reach around, do the reach around here, and you're gonna have to go by feel because I can't see around the corner. All right, now go ahead and get this line back up here. Oh boy, I just flipped off the Mac Tools guy. All right, now we may have to close this thing. I don't know. May have to recalibrate it as well. Looky there. There we go. This didn't get put back, or it got pulled out at some point in time. All right, there you go. That's the problem. This is a little motor spring assembly. I don't know if this thing's got a closing mechanism. Yes, it does. There we go. It's gonna pull her down. Now, you technically could stand underneath there and test it by letting it pinch you in the door, but don't do that. That's not good. Because if it doesn't work, you're going to end up in the doctor's office or the hospital. So, there you go. There's the part number that you're going to want. This thing is good to go. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If it was, let me know down in the comments below. And we'll catch you all on the next one. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you later.